EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The kicker, Chris Boswell, has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Now Hall to start the drive. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Hall want to give up the middle. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd and 16. Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Keanu Benton, the one who got in to bury him. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Yeah, I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Now it's Fields. And he will find his man on the outside. Give him 18 yards on that one. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Got his man. It's Warren. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Quentin Williams breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. The Steelers send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now Fields. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on second down. Running left, it's Warren. And he'll take this up to about the 7- or 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This now a 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Rodgers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Jets will take over. And New York set to take the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Play action. It's Fields. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because Number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here's a 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's Fields. Touchdown! Allen Lazard. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Rodgers now to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now a 2nd and 10. Rodgers again now. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And New York set to take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ball again on second down.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
They'll go again with Hall.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
A give running right is Hall.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Now Rodgers.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
First catch so far by Pickens. It's good for a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Now Rodgers.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
The Steelers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
10 more there and another first down. The defense was dialed into the pass. They overlooked the draw play.
And how often do we talk about the oldies are still goodies? Because that draw play comes straight from Coach Paul Brown's playbook, going all the way back to the original Cleveland Browns.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12.
A handoff for Warren.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf from 17 yards out. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Fields now to throw. Throwing quickly to Wilson.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll give to Hall.
7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On first down, right back to Hall.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Here's Fields.
And his throw here's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
To throw is Fields.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
T.J. Watt, the all-pro, in there to take him down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. .43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On play action, Rodgers.
A short one there to Freiermuth. And Freiermuth going to have a Steelers first down as he'll get this down inside the 40.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On the give, it's Warren.
Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Andre Cisco there on the stop.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing is Rodgers. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
Back to throw. Fields. Connection made to Ruckert.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, you know, that extra emphasis on it. Got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2nd and 7. From the 50, here's Fields. Taking in left side, it's Wilson.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Now Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Fields.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. This pass complete to Ruckert.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Here's Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
2nd and 10. Throwing again is Fields.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Now it's Fields.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And they're going to be set up beautifully. A heck of a return down inside the 40-yard line. The Steelers ready for their next possession.
And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
Catch is made by Metcalf.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
To the sideline and incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Warren. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big.
That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Boswell for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. A final shot before the break. Fields.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And both of these have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
81 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's got this down to the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He finds Pickens over the middle.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6. Now a run with Warren. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Here's Warren.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Here's Hall again.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
From the gun, here's Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
On play action, Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing now is Rodgers.
Got an open man. It's Pickens. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Rodgers now to throw. That is caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a play fake. Rodgers.
Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
They'll run it. Warren.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Calvin Austin.
42 yards as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Give to Hall running right.
Able to push his way through. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
On the draw, it's Hall.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there, all 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
To throw is Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now Rodgers.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On the run, it's Warren.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll keep it on the ground. Warren.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Now Hall to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
2nd down and 8. Hall again.
And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
The Jets on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
It doesn't help indeed. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This is taken around the 12.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. He ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
127 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the 1st down because in college football, the clock stops with every 1st down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Finds Pickens outright.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Sisco. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Back to throw, Fields.
He's got the hook up to Lazard. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. Now Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
A 5-yard pass on 1st down and another 5-yard connection there.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Throwing is Rodgers.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd down.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And now out come the Jets.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
To throw is Fields.
He'll find Lazard here over the middle. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jets first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Out of the gun, Fields. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Fields throwing again.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Fields.
He'll get this to Lazard. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
And one last throw here for Fields.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.